Top 20 Most Unusual Plants, Trees, and Flowers in the World. What if the forests we walk through and the gardens we admire are only the beginning of nature's imagination? Across the planet, hidden in corners of wilderness and wind, lie living marvels that look more like myth than science. Trees that bleed when cut, flowers that mimic faces, plants that can live for 1,000 years, or devour the creatures that wander too close. And if you think you've seen everything Earth has to offer, stay with us until the very end. Because the number one plant on this list is so alien, scientists once wondered if it even came from this planet. So lace your boots, open your senses, and join us on a journey across continents. This is the top 20 most unusual plants, trees, and flowers in the world. Number 20. Bleeding Heart, the flower of love and sorrow. We begin in the misty gardens of Japan and China, where spring brings a flower shaped like emotion itself. The bleeding heart drips from its arching stems like tiny lanterns of pink, each one appearing to weep a single tear. Delicate, transient, and toxic if consumed, it blooms briefly before vanishing into summer's heat, a fleeting symbol of love and loss. No wonder that, in Japan, they call it the flower of unrequited love. From fragile hearts of pink, we turn to the forests of the Philippines, where tree bark bursts into color like paint on a living canvas. Number 19. Rainbow Eucalyptus, nature's painted canvas. Deep in the rainforests of the Philippines and Indonesia stands the rainbow eucalyptus, a tree that wears its seasons. As it sheds bark in layers, fresh green emerges beneath, fading to blue, orange, purple, and maroon. Each color shift marks another chapter of its growth. Some rise over 200 feet tall, a forest of living rainbows shimmering in the humid light. Interestingly, it's the only eucalyptus species that grows north of the equator. From painted trunks, we move to painted faces, hidden high in the misty Andes, where orchids bear the grin of a tiny primate. Number 18, monkey orchid. The primate's face in a flower. In the mountains of Ecuador and Peru, among the moss and mist, grows a bloom that seems to stare back. The monkey orchid, Dracula simia, forms the uncanny face of a small monkey, nose, eyes, and all. Even its scent joins the illusion, smelling faintly of oranges. Botanists have discovered more than 120 species in its family, each stranger than the last, some with vampire-like petals, others with grins of their own. From playful smiles in the fog, we descend to a place without smiles, without shade, where a plant endures centuries of sand and silence. Number 17. Welwitschia, the desert's living fossil. In Namibia and Angola's coastal desert, one plant outlasts everything. The Welwitschia mirabilis grows only 2 leaves in its entire life, but they never stop growing. Over centuries, they tear, twist, and fray into long ribbons that crawl across the sand. Incredibly, some are believed to be more than 1,000 years old. Its roots reach deep for moisture, while its leaves sip water straight from morning fog. The desert's oldest survivor. From the eternal life of the dunes, we slip into the swamps of the American South, where a ghostly flower appears to float midair. Number 16. Ghost orchid, the phantom of the swamp. In the wetlands of southwest Florida and western Cuba hides a spirit of the plant world, the ghost orchid. It has no leaves, no stem, only roots that cling invisibly to tree bark, so perfectly camouflaged that its blossoms appear to hover, suspended in nothing. It blooms rarely and unpredictably, as if summoned by the swamp itself, growing on cypress, royal palms, and pond apple trees. Its discovery once drove collectors to obsession, and its haunting beauty inspired books, films, and even crimes of botanical theft. From a flower that vanishes like mist, we move to one that falls like thunder, the cannonball tree. Number 15. Cannonball tree. Nature's heavy artillery. In the tropical forests of the Amazon, The cannonball tree lives up to its name. Its giant woody fruits grow directly from the trunk, round, heavy, and up to 25 pounds each. When they fall, they explode open with a resonant thud, scattering seeds across the forest floor. Its blossoms are magnificent, bright red and gold with a heady scent, but they hold no nectar inside. Though native to South America, it was introduced to Asia centuries ago, and in parts of India, the tree is considered sacred. Its flowers used in temple rituals to honor the deity Shiva. From sacred thunder, we climb toward a floral titan that draws crowds not for beauty, but for its smell. Number 14, Titan Arum, the corpse flower. Deep in Sumatra's rainforests grows a giant that could pass for something out of science fiction. The Titan Arum, towering over 10 feet tall, is one of the largest flowers on Earth. When it blooms, it releases a wave of stench, rotting flesh, decay, and death to lure flies and beetles. The bloom lasts barely 2 days, but when it happens, people line up for hours just to witness it, a reminder that even decay can draw devotion. From giants that reek of death, we turn to a small plant that shies away from touch. Number 13. Sensitive plant, the touch-me-not. Across tropical South America, the humble sensitive plant reacts faster than thought. Touch it, and its leaves close tight. Shake it, and the whole plant seems to flinch. By night, it folds again, resting in the dark. Early naturalists debated if it could feel pain. Today, we know it reacts to changes in pressure and light, proof that sensitivity isn't limited to animals. Curiously, this shy plant inspired the first scientific studies of plant memory. From gentleness and motion, we journey to the deserts of Africa where something monstrous hides underground. Number 12. Hydnora africana, the underground horror. Beneath the sands of southern Africa lives one of nature's strangest secrets. Hydnora africana spends nearly its entire life underground, feeding parasitically on the roots of other plants. When ready to reproduce, it erupts from the soil with a fleshy flower that smells like dung and traps beetles inside. To many, it looks less like a plant and more like something from the deep sea. Yet for local communities, it's a source of medicine and sometimes even food. From this hidden nightmare, we rise again to meet a tree that looks as though the sky itself turned upside down. Number 11. Baobab, the upside-down giant. Across Africa and Madagascar, the baobab reigns over the savanna. Its swollen trunk can store thousands of gallons of water, keeping it alive through many years of drought. And with branches like roots reaching into the air, it looks as though it's been planted upside down. Some have stood for over 2,000 years, their hollow trunks once used as homes, chapels, even prisons. Legends say spirits dwell within their trunks, keeping watch over the land. From ancient sentinels, we step into the dark jungles of Southeast Asia, where the largest single flower on Earth blooms once, then dies. Number 10. Rafflesia arnoldi, the giant bloom. In the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo grows a floral monster, the Rafflesia arnoldi. It has no roots, no stem, and no leaves. It lives entirely within a vine, emerging only to bloom. At over 3 feet wide and 15 pounds, it's the world's largest flower, and one of the most pungent. Its odor of decay draws in flies for pollination, a strategy that has worked for millions of years. It takes nearly a year to bloom, and it withers in less than a week, a brief, powerful performance of life and death. From flowers that lure flies, we now meet plants that lure prey. Number 9. Pitcher plant, the deadly chalice. Across the tropical forests of Borneo, Madagascar, and North America, the pitcher plant stands as one of evolution's cleverest hunters. Its elegant curves conceal a pit of digestive fluid. Insects lured by nectar slip inside and never escape. Some tropical species grow so large They've been found holding frogs, and even the occasional small bird. Stranger still, some form miniature ecosystems. Mosquito larvae, frogs, and bacteria all living together within the same deadly cup. From these traps of death, we step deeper into the jungle, where another monstrous flower blooms in a starburst of decay. Number 8. Corpse lily, the starburst of decay. In the dense jungles of Malaysia, a rare cousin of the Rafflesia lies hidden. The corpse lily unfurls in a radiant star of flesh-colored petals, 3 feet across and reeking of decay. Its stench draws swarms of insects that carry its pollen deep into the forest. Each bloom is a brief event, taking years to appear and vanishing within a few days. Few who encounter it ever forget it. Its smell clings to the air, impossible to wash away. From the scent of death, we turn to a tree that bleeds like legend itself, the dragon's blood tree. Number 7. Dragon's blood tree, the bleeding canopy. On Yemen's remote island of Socotra stands the dragon's blood tree, one of the most alien-looking life forms on Earth. Its umbrella-shaped canopy shades the rocky ground below, catching moisture from the air. When wounded, its sap runs crimson, used for medicine, dyes, and incense for over 2,000 years. The Romans prized it as dragon's blood, said to be formed from battles between dragons and elephants. From blood-red resin, we move to green jaws that snap shut with lightning speed. Number 6. Venus flytrap, the plant with jaws. In the wetlands of North and South Carolina, the Venus flytrap waits patiently. Its spiked leaves are armed with sensitive hairs. Touch them twice, and the jaws close in a fraction of a second. This precision prevents false alarms from wind or rain, nature's built-in logic circuit. Once closed, the plant digests its prey over several days, drawing sustenance from flesh instead of soil. A slow, deliberate predator in a world that believes plants cannot hunt. From jaws of death, we glide into darkness, where a flower unfurls its wings. Number 5. Black bat flower, the Gothic bloom. In the rainforests of Thailand and Malaysia grows the black bat flower, a masterpiece of shadow. Its deep purple petals spread like wings, while thin whiskers hang nearly a foot long, swaying with every breath of wind. It's one of the few naturally black flowers on Earth, thriving in dim light where others fade. Its otherworldly beauty has earned it a reputation as both elegant and eerie, a bloom fit for the night. From shadows and wings we climb toward the sky, to a queen who blooms once in a lifetime. Number 4. Puya Raimondi, the queen of the Andes. High above the clouds in Bolivia and Peru, the queen of the Andes commands the mountain slopes. This towering bromeliad can grow for up to 100 years before blooming, then releases a spire covered in thousands of white flowers. After its grand display, the plant dies, leaving behind only seeds and memory. Few sights on Earth are so fleeting or so monumental. From icy peaks, we descend to warm coastal sands, where flowers glow beneath moonlight. Number 3. Sea poison tree, the night bloom. Along the shores of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, the sea poison tree blooms at night. Its delicate white flowers open like bursts of fireworks, perfuming the air with a scent so sweet it draws bats and moths from miles away. Yet its seeds are lethally toxic, used by islanders for centuries to stun fish, beauty that conceals danger. Curiously, its pollen clings to bat fur like glitter, glowing faintly as the animals feed beneath the stars. From shimmering waves, we enter the emerald canopy, where turquoise light drips like jewels. Number 2. Jade vine, the turquoise chandelier. In the rainforests of the Philippines, the jade vine hangs like a dream in motion. Its curved blossoms glow in impossible shades of blue and green, each cluster cascading like a chandelier from the trees. Pollinated by bats, it turns moonlit jungles into glowing cathedrals of color. Its surreal hue is unlike anything else in nature, and increasingly rare as its forest home vanishes. From turquoise light, we cross once more to the island of Socotra, where nature itself becomes sculpture. Number 1. Socotra Desert Rose, nature's sculpture. High above the Arabian Sea, the island of Socotra holds Earth's strangest garden. Here, the desert rose grows from stone, a swollen trunk storing precious water through decades of drought. From its thick base, bursts of pink flowers bloom against barren rock, transforming desolation into beauty. It's a living sculpture, carved by time, shaped by survival, and painted by light. Some have survived for centuries without a drop of rain, silent monuments to endurance. From this final wonder, we rise above islands and continents, gazing down at a planet whose imagination knows no bounds. From heart-shaped blossoms to trees that bleed, from orchids that float like spirits to corpse flowers that smell of death, the world continues to remind us how little we truly know. Every one of these plants tells a story of endurance, deception, brilliance, or transformation. They prove that evolution is not just a force of survival, it's an artist. And our planet, in all its strangeness, is still creating masterpieces we've only begun to discover. So which of these living wonders captured your imagination most? Was it the dragon's blood tree bleeding crimson sap, the queen of the Andes that blooms once in a century, or the desert rose sculpted by wind and stone? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into nature's arcana.